going on, my people, man? Low out of the weather. Drink had me making me think. It was nice out. Well, it was warm out the whole time. In reality, it was cold, but that drink was giving me one, so now I'm sick. We getting into this video.
Hey, yo, squad, what's the drill?
They
Back
ain't
with another
stopping
video, man.
us.
There's been some crazy stories about rappers, but this one is something not even seen in movies, much less real life. Chicago rapper Young QC wanted to run up a bag by any means necessary, even if it meant murking his own moms.
What?
And that's exactly what he did.
What? Man. Come on now. Killing your own mother is wild. That ain't... Yo, that's wild, yo. Like, dead serious wild. And you know what? I'm done playing Mr. Nice Guy on these videos, man. We know what's dumb. We know what the fuck going on in life. We ain't gonna pretend like we don't know what's not right and what's wrong, what's right, what's the right thing to do and what's the wrong thing to do. We not gonna pretend like we don't know what that is. My people that be watching these videos is 18 and up. So like,
Seen many rappers crash out for the bag, but not like this, so you know I gotta break it down. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business.
Right.
Born Kwame Wilson of Chicago, he adopted the rap alias Young QC to try to leave his mark in the rap game and make it big to live the lavish life. The crazy thing is, he already had the lavish life. Going back to the days as a kid, Young QC lost his pops to the justice system after he was put away for life. According to the Chicago Tribune, his pops, Jeffrey Todd Wilson, was a notorious gang leader who was charged with a hit and aggravated arson in 1990 in an apartment fire that slayed 2 men. Police said the fire was started intentionally by Wilson and another gang member because a dope dealer who ran a house at 2662 West Monroe Street refused to pay a street tax of $500 to $1,000 a week. Now wanting her son to go down the path of the father, Young QC's mom, Yolanda Holmes, took on the strain of making sure she raised her son right. Putting in the work, she was able to give Young...
It's always the ones. Hey, yo, you know what's crazy? It's always when you try to do right, you get smacked in the face. Like this. This mother up here trying to raise her kid. Homeboy trying to plan out a way to kill her. So he can start, bro. I bet you he trying to start his rap career. I bet you that's what he trying to do with it.
See a better life. One where he didn't have to go anywhere near the streets. Anything bro wanted, he got. The freshest drop, money, jewelry, a job, expensive whips, name it, he got it, for sure. For his 16th birthday, she blessed him with a Mustang. Moms gave that boy everything. He was spoiled rotten. 18th birthday, she blessed him.
That ain't no goddamn Mustang, is it? Ain't no goddamn butterfly Mustang.
Moms gave that boy everything. He was spoiled rotten. She was well known in the community due to her big heart and how she cared for others. She was the owner of the popular Nappy Heads beauty salon and used her success as a way to give back to families and kids. From the outside, it appeared that Young QC appreciated the life his mother provided for him, going as far as getting her name tatted on his arm. But the world would eventually discover that was the furthest thing from the truth. Bro had it all, but it still wasn't enough.
It was
discovered that was the furthest thing from the truth.
Bro, I'd never in my life seen a butterfly door Mustang. Bro, is that real? I never seen that before.
Bro had it all, but it still wasn't enough. He wanted the fame and the clout, but when he wasn't blowing up with his rap career, things went hella dark. He hatched a plan to stack his own bread up. Young QC wondered who might be the best person to hit a lick on. That's when his thoughts had one person in his mind, his own mom's. Now you think, alright, he's not going to harm his moms for real, so he's probably thinking of setting her up to get robbed by one of his homies or something. It's already diabolical work to plot on your moms, but harming her would even be more audacious and sinister.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Young QC didn't think like that though. As far as he was concerned, anybody was fair game when it came to cashing out. Little did he know, he was going to be crashing out over his plans. And in the early hours of September 2nd, 2012, Yolanda Holmes and her boyfriend Curtis Wyatt were asleep at her apartment in uptown Chicago. Without even getting the chance to fight for her life, an assailant entered her room where they were sleeping and fired a bullet into her head. Jumping out of his sleep, Curtis engages the shooter and they got into a tussle. The shooter gets the upper hand and knocks him unconscious with a gun butt to the head. Then he turns his attention back to Yolanda, stabbing her multiple times to ensure...
Hold the fuck up. Was this nigga a was he a rapper? Or was this man a stripper? Like, come on, man. What is all this, man?
Her life was ended. By the time her boyfriend Curtis came to, the shooter had already dipped. Authorities were called and the site was like a horror story. When they arrived at the scene, detectives found a broken handgun on the bedroom floor and a paring knife missing from a kitchen block. Blood spatter on the walls and the signs of struggle indicated somebody was fighting for their life. A Chicago PD homicide detective stated the fact that Yolanda had been shot and stabbed indicated that there was overkill and the assailant was set on a mission to make sure she didn't survive. Reports state that just before 6 a.m., Yolanda's son, Kwame Wilson, aka Young QC, came to a building to see his moms only to find out the grim fate. The waterworks started pouring as he mourned his moms, or so detectives thought. What's messed up is the boyfriend who called 911 became the main suspect. There bro was, banged up, bleeding, cuts from the attack, and detectives were watching him like he murked his shorty. Things only got worse for the boyfriend from there. There was so much blood on the evidence found that prints couldn't be pulled. Then both Young QC and his mom's sis pointed fingers at the boyfriend for the crime. Even with their suspicions, nothing at the scene was connected to the boyfriend, so detectives instead tried another angle to catch him lacking. Analyzing surveillance footage, they spotted a guy in a hoodie entering the building at around 4:32 a.m. and his hands were closed on a hanger and a detergent bottle. 14 minutes later, they witnessed somebody in a different hoodie exiting the building. Something stuck out to them in the footage. Looking closely, they noticed that the man had headphones when he was entering the building. The significance of this was that there was a broken headphone found in the apartment. It was the moment of truth. Finally, a break in the case. But when they ran the DNA against the samples in a nationwide database, it came up a dud. The case was stuck with no new leads coming in, while detectives were trying to solve the brutal homicide. Young QC was turning all the way up. For somebody whose moms just got murked, he was living his best life and appeared to suddenly have a huge amount of cash at his disposal. After she lost her life, Young QC posted a vid to his YouTube bragging about his bread as he goes to Chase Bank to draw out 20 bands to give away to fans.
Yeah, man, about to go get this $1,000 out for the fans, man. Really, I'm gonna take out 20,000, man. Just to show people, you feel me? I'm on a whole different level with this, man. I take this serious.
Oh my God. No remorse on the mother. You're just going at it. Yeah, man, I'm doing this and that for the people, man. This and that. Making it seem like he really feel for people. Nigga, you just want people to get you. You want people's attention so you can go to where you trying to go to. This man done killed his mother and ain't shed a tear.
And so you can't put me in the same category as the others.
Later that night, he's seen surrounded by people tossing and giving up the money like a neighborhood hero.
But this sound like God, don't it? Yeah, I'm tired. And y'all got to pay y'all time. Call my family the whole nigga.
It appears Young QC...
Hey, yo, you know what's funny? At the end of the day, don't nobody in that motherfucking crowd give a fuck about his mother dying. Damn, boy, this cold. End of the day, all of them ain't even worried about his mother dying. Probably saying R.I.P. that he done gave him some money, though.
Trying to gain clout by creating this image that he's up and giving back to the community.
Right.
But his antics slowly started to gain the wrong attention.
You feel me, man? I don't play no games. You feel me? I don't play no games, man. You know, I do this for real, bro. I don't got no problem with giving back, man. I'm the only one out here with a show that's actually giving back, you feel me? And I got proof to show it, you feel me? Shout out to this fan I'm finna go slide on, man. I'm finna take care of you.
Young QC had a sudden surge of flex money. Bro withdrew upwards of $90K from his mom's account over the months and went on a spending spree buying new drip, new ice, even tricking out his whip.
Yo, word on the street.
Turns out, bro got a huge bag from his mom's insurance and inheritance, and he wasn't even trying to hide it. Young QC was living at large. He even spoke on his mother's passing at the attendance of a young woman by the name of Hadiah Pendleton, who lost her life to gun violence.
A solemn air settled upon South State as the casket of 15-year-old Hadiah Pendleton arrived. Hers wasn't a life that was to turn out this way. She was a cut above the streets that has plagued our city. Kwame Wilson lost his mother to gun violence on November 14th.
My mother, she was a neighborhood woman. A guy entered her home, and just to steal.
A year passed and it seems like Yolanda's homicide would go unsolved, but that all changed when detectives found clues in her phone records. They realized she had a second phone and somebody was on that number moments before her life was taken. But what's more strange is that a call was also active both during and after her homicide. Detectives soon connected the dots, figuring out that young QC was the one who had his mom's second phone at the same time she was murked. Further investigation led them to find the person he was speaking with was a guy by the name of Eugene Spencer. With the two new suspects now fully on their radar, young QC was tracked down by detectives on December 23rd, 2013 after they failed to get in touch with him.
So they had a whole good year of him playing games and shit. They had a whole good year playing games, spinning, throwing money, and all this other extra stuff. Yeah, that sounds like a guy that just mother died down. He throwing money, spending drip, spending on drip, this and that. Nigga, you won't hear from me for a month. I don't even give a hell what I'm doing. But if I'm working for the money, if I'm working towards the money, yeah, you'll see me here and there. But I'm gonna have to take a break.
His plans began to crumble. Cops were pressing bro and eventually he gave up a story. Young QC admitted he knew Spencer and told him that it was meant to be a burglary. Spencer, on the other hand, was fumbling to find a proper alibi and tried to act like he was attacked by the assailant. Investigators realized Spencer was lying but was slowly breaking. His stories began changing every time. He claimed young QC sent him to Yolanda Holmes' apartment at 4 a.m. to drop off clothing. That's when he encountered a man he identified as an assailant and struggled with him. Initially, Spencer told detectives he only heard gunshots after the man ran into the bedroom and that he believed young QC had tried to set him up to also be killed. He then gave several different versions as detectives pressured him, stating that he dropped the gun and it went off. Then the gun went off as he grappled with the man. With a little more pressure, he spilled all the beans and the man told the truth, and it was wild. Spencer admitted to shooting Holmes and then stabbing her. The next part gets even more twisted. Spencer admitted the mastermind behind the entire thing was Yolanda's own son, young QC, and he promised to pay him a couple thousand for the hired hit on his mom's. Young QC provided him with the weapon and everything allegedly. Spencer claims young QC called his mom's 40 minutes before and told her that he was coming over, not knowing it was Spencer who she'd be letting in. He not only called before but stayed on the phone coaching Spencer to, and I quote, make sure that the B is gone. Investigate.
Oh my God, man. This man was sick in the head, bro. To make sure that motherfucker was gone. Yo said make sure that just gone. Mother did all that for me and
Determined, that's why Spencer stabbed Yolanda after shooting her in the head. Turns out the driver who drove Spencer to do the hit was none other than young QC's ex-shorty, Loriana Johnson. Yolanda knew these people and even posted a picture of them when they were together on her Facebook page. Sometimes it's the people closest to you for real. Most times. Messed up thing is, young QC didn't even pay bro the bag that he promised for the hit. Instead, he gave him just $70. Tossed his life away for $70, man. I mean, look. On December 24th, 2013, Kwame Wilson...
And set up someone's mom to get killed, yo. I couldn't have been in that situation. Nigga, you tripping. You want your mother, but when the nigga say he got money, man, that's why they say, do you not know what money will do? If a nigga riding in a mother Bentley and you catching the bus, you better not beef with that nigga riding that Bentley, yo. Cause like, come on, bro. Nigga already influenced by the whip he driving. Once he throw out a little, yo, I got 3,000. You go smack, yo. Nigga, your homeboy smacking you.
Young QC was arrested for his mother's hit. In January 2020, he was convicted of first-degree hit and sentenced to 99 years in prison. Eugene Spencer was convicted of first-degree hit and sentenced to 100 years in prison. Young QC's ex, Loriana Johnson, pleaded guilty to burglary and served 7 years in prison before being released on parole. Before being sent away from court into his new home, Young QC spoke the bold final words, "I just want to say, nobody loved my mother more than me. She's all I had. That's it." Since then, pics emerged showing him linked up with the Chicago Wolverine Lil J behind bars, and footage leaked to the internet of him being interviewed by prison officers after he and another inmate got into a squabble.
I was standing by the phones, and then
After
He's probably
inmate
doing that move right there on Lil J.
got into a squabble.
I was standing by the phones, and then that guy, I don't know him. I don't know where he came from. I don't know who he is. He got off the table and took his shirt off. Unbuttoned his jumpsuit and stepped to me and just got in like fighting position. I thought he was playing. I didn't know if he was for real or what.
His mom's tried to do her best for him. In 2011, on a post on her Facebook account, she let out a cry for help saying, "My offspring is out of control. Please pray for me." Young QC had it all. Now he got nothing. Clout is a hell of a pray for me. Young QC had it all. Now he got nothing. Clout is a hell of a drug. There's nothing more to say, man, other than stay smart, stay alert, and stay real.
And that's the real thing. Stay real to yourself, y'all.